Hi, Education 1301. Here's your week 3 explanation. We're moving on to look at philosophies of education. These are frameworks that can be used to describe thoughts of how children think and learn. With our assignments and lecture materials, this goes over classroom observations and looking at educational philosophies. They'll be due next Thursday the 10th. There is a quiz over the materials, a discussion, your field experience, your portfolio, and I want you to start thinking about your own personal philosophy of education. Because at the end of next week, by the 17th, you're going to have to turn in your own personal philosophy. And this is where you're going to be explaining how you think children think and learn. You can pick from different philosophies to make your own. However, this is one of those foundational questions that you will use in interviews and that will guide your teaching practice. So first is going to be the lecture materials. And so this is going to be a historical timeline about how education has evolved. As you can see, we start back in the 1500s, and you can even go back to 1565 up through with the Every Student Succeeds Act. It's going to be one of the most recent ones that are going to be things that have happened in this current decade. Then here's more about the hidden curriculum. This one goes over 5 educational philosophies. He gives you pictures of some of the founders that are in those philosophies. This one's over progressivism. This one is behaviorism. And then this is just a fun, encouraging video. These are going to be report cards. And part of this is, if you are interested in the history of education, these are actually my grandfather's report cards. From the 1930s. And so you can see what subjects were being taught when he gets to 4th grade, and this is going to be middle school, junior high, and then his high school marks. Look through those. Then there's the Module 3 quiz, and the Module quiz will be over the philosophies lecture material as well as the report cards. Then we're going to have a discussion over educational philosophies. And then after you end up watching the videos and reading about them, learning theories, what questions do you still have about learning theories, about educational philosophies, and we'll have them answered. And then think about your own experience growing up. Usually you guys are in the classroom right now and I ask you to pick from your current observations, but I want you to pull back from your own education and think, when we had a treasure box in 5th grade, then that really was an example of behaviorism. Things along those lines. Like when my teacher taught me about the water cycle, this is the type of curriculum. So pull from your own experience rather than currently being in the classroom. Your initial posts and 3 comments, you have to do them on 2 different days in order to receive full credit. So you can do an initial post on Tuesday and your 3 comments on Thursday. You can do initial post and comment on Monday and then finish your other 2 comments on Tuesday. They just have to be done on 2 different days. Then field experience 1. Dr. Harvey and I, she's the other education professor who's working. She has interviewed some teachers for you. And so right now there's 2. She's just sent me, that's what the dings were, a couple more interviews. So what I want you to do is, they're around 8 to 10 minutes long a piece. I want you to watch and listen 2 of them and transcribe it. So you're going to be like, her name, like she went to school, and you'll write the question and then what the answer is. And then once you've done that, then what you'll do is like, Ms. Talbert said that this was her inspiration. Ms. Parker said this was her inspiration. They both agreed that authentic assessment is whatever it is. So you'll have a paragraph where you'll compare and contrast. And then you're going to write a reflection over some of the things that you've learned from the interviews with these teachers. The last part's going to be your portfolio link. And so what you're going to do is you're going to create a portfolio, and trust me, you're going to need this because I have students come back all the time asking for this. So save it on a thumb drive. You're going to save these documents on, let's see, a thumb drive. You can save them in a Google Doc on your computer, but trust me, computers crash. I get lots of emails about that. So what it is you're going to be creating a portfolio, work samples. And so if you're going to Southeastern, they're going to want your philosophy of education. That's going to go in your final portfolio that they're going to have. But what we're going to do is take the work that you do in this class and we're going to put it in the portfolio. So you do have to use your Grayson email in order to do it. I have an example of this because you guys don't have Teach 3 anymore, but there is an example when you go to the portfolio link. Here's the introductory paragraph right here about what it's supposed to look like. I copied that page for you guys. But here are the resume, philosophy, education. These are the different pages. And you can see these are the other ones. And all you're going to be doing for this assignment is creating the shell. I don't expect you to put anything in there. And then what you'll do, here's a video where I walk you through it. And that's what you're going to do. And then hold on. What you're going to do is come here to the discussion board. You'll hit reply. And then you will copy and paste the link. So I'll come over here to the one I created. Copy. Paste. And it's done. So that's going to be this week's materials, and I look forward to seeing your examples on the discussion board.